Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So for today's message, we've already got the cards, and it looks like it's still a continuation from yesterday's reading. We got a couple of the same cards, and we did use all the same decks, but it looks like, and I do remember saying yesterday that there's more to this than I really understand. And so it just seems like a new layer is coming up to it today. So what I've been working with recently is the keys of the Octarians. And so I think that's why I really like these readings, is because they do have the energetic energy of the Octarians. And so as soon as I went and got all the decks yesterday, I didn't mention that in the other one, but as soon as I opened it, I felt it fill everywhere. And so there is some really cool messages because I feel them. And this is the same card that kind of came out yesterday, was the Ascended Masters. Do I think it's Ascended Masters in the Ascended Master most known way? Well, it might just be these Octarians. I forgot to mention that that's what I was bringing in yesterday. So it looks like there is a little bit of purification that still needs to be going on for this layer. So we'll just tell the story and then we'll pull more cards and get more in depth and things like that. So the overall energy, as already stated, is purification. Oh my gosh. Okay. When I looked at it, what it was is the rain in the top. That's what I seen, and then they told me that they said, go read that piece of paper that you wrote. And so I actually just put it here this morning, and wow. I love those synchronicities when you don't really know what you do. Like I was cleaning the house today, and oh, here's a side story. I made a cup of green tea. For the life of me, I could not find my green tea anywhere. I even started to doubt that I even made green tea. But nope, there it was, steeped in everything. So I searched the whole house for this cup of green tea because I know I must have put it in the most stupid spot because I can't find it. And I thought that I saw the cup that I had it in, but it was completely empty. In fact, it looked pretty much clean. No stains, no anything. And then, yeah, so as I was cleaning the house, going everywhere. And so in this flow of all this going on, they told me, like, go put that paper in the healing room. And I had so many other things to do. And I just carried this with me all day. So eventually I did find my tea. What I ended up doing, I don't know how, but I put goji berries in my water, and so I just assumed it was water and goji berries because that's what it's supposed to be. But somehow, in all this like chaos of the morning, getting everything, I poured my tea into my water bottle and then watered it, filled it up with water. So it was like really diluted green tea. So I never really quite got that I put the green tea in there. And so it's just been one of those mornings. But you know what? In all that chaos, I did not lose the piece of paper. So, I don't know. Sorry to get sidetracked, but that boggled me all morning. That was like my mystery. And they always say when you can't find something, when you think that something's lost, you can't go, oh, I gotta find my tea, because you are in the energy that it's lost and it's gonna be hard to find. You have to imagine that you're finding it and have that energy. And so that's what I was going back and forth with this morning. So purification and the raindrops at the top. They said, read the piece of paper that I put here this morning. I don't even know where I found this. This is from a really long time ago, but I wrote it. It was a message at one point. It says, you're stronger than you know. Your tears are not for nothing. And that's what that looks like, tears. every teardrop shows you a place where you care for deeply. So it sounds like in this situation, it's like longing, like a situation from the past that hurts you. You know, maybe at one point you were so open and you got to give that love back and forth. We'll say a relationship. And then all of a sudden you can't do that anymore, right? You guys grow in different directions or something like that. You know, something that causes tears, right? People grow in different directions every day for different reasons. But that's what I'm seeing, is just not being able to do what you used to do, and you loved putting love into that. And so it causes you to shed a tear, right? Because it is sad, it's bittersweet. And so every teardrop shows you a place where you care for deeply. So what I'm kind of picking up on with that now into this is somebody reflecting on the past, and it kind of consumes a lot of their daily activities. And so rather than just dwelling on it and, like, you know, being like, oh, let the past be the past. Normally I say that, but in this case, it's saying, why is this coming? Why is this hurt even still here? If the event has been so far in the past that it shouldn't have any say in your everyday life today. And so that is showing you that there's still, even though there's hurt, behind the hurt is still love, right? There is still love to be released and work through. Maybe there's a bit of healing that can come in that situation. And so the two Arcturian energies that are coming from this, I only asked for one, but they gave me two. And so the first one is having recognition, right? Recognizing that sadness when it pops up, and not being like, oh, I'm not allowed to be sad in this moment. Like, go away. I don't want to think about that. Blah, 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 blah. It's letting that moment come up and okay, that's where they say this one comes into. So this one is recognition, recognizing that hurt, and then this one is intention. And so the energy comes, and because we are purifying, there's more to that hurt that it's trying to express to you. That is expressing to you that there is a path or an avenue or a something there that got blocked. And the more and more you ignore a block, right, we'll say in our chakras. So we're going to say a heart block. There's something that you love, but you tell yourself you're not allowed to love that no more. Right? Something happened, you had to put up a wall and that. And so now you're tough. Now you're detaching from emotion, things like that. But the emotion's still there, and you have to deal with it. And so, my mind just went doot, doot, doot. What's going on now? What? I totally just lost track of what I was saying there. The emotion is still there. You have to deal with it. And then so now there is some like work to go within it, right? If the first reaction is like, like I can't, and like not good, you'll have to work through that. What happened in that event? And it's observing it and not attaching to it, right? Just letting things play out. Maybe you'll learn something about yourself, because most times you're a mirror to people. And if you don't like something in someone, it's probably because within you, there's an insecurity for that. It's going back. It's going back and releasing that trapped block so that you can flow. Because let's say if your heart is blocked, and we are talking chakras, well, now all the other ones are going to be overactive, right? This one, it's like the pressure, right? What's beside it? The throat and the sacral. Well, if it's not flowing properly, you might not be as confident. If it's coming up as too much pressure, you might start to fight more. You might start to yell, say mean things that you don't mean. It's just working and letting things flow. Ooh, okay. we already jumped ahead and talked into the cards, but let me just show you everything. So we have Ascended Masters from yesterday's reading. They came out and they're here again. And it says create open communication. So it's open communication with those pain, with those tears, those moments that have more wisdom to share with you. This was in reverse. It's not quite been tapped into yet, this wisdom. Because the flow is in reverse. And I'm kind of getting that someone actually has tears that they want to cry, and they won't even let those tears come out. And so I feel like that's like two parts to work on. First, admitting that you have to cry, and then feeling the emotion behind the cry, and then getting to the love. Because right back at it is whatever you put your intention to, healing energy of intention. You could focus on that negative loop and, somehow tell you that the story that you say is the right story. Or your intention could be to see past the veil, to go past the block and to find clarity. Clarity kind of sounds a lot like purification. So, we had the Ascended Masters. And then what we had is the last card. And this is why I thought more talking about relationship in this reading is because it is the eternal union. It says new love is forming, but it's in reverse. So there is a block. There is this new momentum of all this energy coming through that is ready to sprout, ready to ignite into this new love. But I feel like these past tears need a little bit of understanding. It's now letting those flow and then gaining the wisdom from it. There is wisdom in everything, right? Every tear, every pain, everything has led you to something better, right? So what is this one more time? Recognizing that's pretty much it is right now, is recognizing things that you haven't noticed about yourself before. It's now looking at yourself in maybe a critical outsider's observing, but still staying present and feeling. The mind doesn't need to create all these stories. The mind just needs to observe. That's it. So, okay, my question for that, because you kind of create with the intent and everything, right? And then you just observe. So the first part is watch. Okay, that's what they're telling me. Thank you. The first part is having it come up, observing, not attaching, not even a good or a sad and anything, but just seeing it so clear and not trying to change outcomes, not trying to whatever, just trying to see things that you haven't seen in that before. And maybe that might be the new thing that leads you on a path to more self-discovery. But then once those kind of go, because I feel like a bit of that is old baggage to be let go of. So now the stuff that's coming up, I feel like the past one is things that you've already seen, and then the new things coming up is almost like daydream imagining, right? These scenarios that you see are not things that have already happened, but it's your mind daydreaming and wishing and creating. And then that's how this energy will start to form. The blocks will start to flow more because you've honored whatever it is that's sad inside you. And that's why body scans are always important. Just checking where in your body anything is. How is everything running today? Do you know what your left knee even feels like? Or are you a type of person that like goes out in their day so unaware of your body that when you get home, you feel like a truck hit you, and then all you do is complain. And we don't want that, right? We want to be present when we have these feelings. It's like our body's signal to tell us, oh, like maybe it's like, hey, like an antenna, like go this way instead today. You'll save yourself so much time and effort and energy, heartache, whatever it is, right? If you had just gone a new direction. So Spirit, I wanted a little bit of clarification on this, but so now that everything's kind of out, what is it that, what's the next layer, right? We observe, we see, we understand that that sad moment actually is something we just miss, that we get to be so open and loving like we used to be. And so you call that energy back, you get to be that energy. And now it's creating something new. Now we've got wisdom, so we're in the flow, so that we can create this new union of whatever it is. Totally getting relationship vibes in this reading. So if you're looking, and relationships can be anything. A soulmate could be like a friend, a boss kind of thing. You just meet people and you just know you have this deep soul connection. But it could be partnerships and relationships as well. So you've got 3 of them here, and I see that one of them was also from yesterday's reading. Okay, so it's a simple past, present, future. So in the past position, we have divine will, and it says let go of fear. And that was in reverse. So there is still a little fear, a little bit of something to be tapped into and alchemized and turned into something that will accelerate your journey. Oh. Why did I say that? I'm seeing accelerating. Once you figure this out, once you get into the flow, it's almost like these blessings have been waiting for you. And actually, maybe we're supposed to have them a little bit sooner, but there's still a little bit of soul energy lessons to be learned. And so once you kind of let go of this fear, it's going to go so fast because it's been waiting for you. And it says energetic signature. So this was in yesterday's reading as well. And how was that in this reading? Anyways, the thing of it says the past is in the present. So this new union, or whatever it is, this partnership that you're creating should be forming very soon, if not already. But there is a little bit of baggage from the past that still needs to be released and alchemized. The past is in the present. And when you're focusing on the past, you're missing everything that goes around you. And so that opportunity might just slip by. So your emotions are signaling to you what needs to be focused on at this moment. And so the last card, just for clarifier, is Sacred Divinity. There are 2 paths ahead. It also was in reverse. There are 2 paths ahead. The past is in the present. So if you don't let go of that and alchemize whatever the past is to teach you, this one won't happen because you might need to play out that one more time to learn. I want a little bit more on this. There are 2 paths ahead. Thoughts and memories. Thoughts and memories. We've got Odin here. And hold on. Those are kind of cool cards. We've got Galactic Healer. And it says, move forward with an open mind. And so when I kept saying thoughts and memories, I saw Hugin and Munin there, which are Odin's ravens that he sends out, and they kind of watch and they always come back and let him know the wisdom that's going on in the world. And yeah, so we had Galactic Healer, move forward with an open mind, and then here it was spiritual evolution, and it said set your heart free. So open mind, set your heart free. Here we had thoughts and memories. So with the past being stuck in the present, that's all mind, that's all whatever. But the heart is saying there is hurt here, there are tears here. Someone really needs to know just how strong you are, that you did get through all of that and that you did get up today. That is amazing. And you don't need to bring that energy forward in the struggle energy. You just accomplished so much. That was the soul, right? Divine will. You were, that was your path. That was your lesson. When you follow your calling, I promise, they take you to the craziest places sometimes. It's fun. Sometimes you'll really get burned. You will, because you need to learn from those, but you're always divinely guided. And sometimes they do guide you to places and people who are, especially if you're like an empath or light worker, that's maybe more narcissistic, because you need to build boundaries and understand where your beliefs and values are, and people test them. So those who tested you in a negative way, that you might view them as negative, are actually like part of your, how do I see this? It takes part of your, I don't want to say soul tribe, but a soulmate type energy. Someone whose soul cares about you so much that on the other side, when you were making your plans to come here and evolve, they were like, you know what? Everybody is going to love your energy. You're so sweet. You're so whatever. I'm going to be the asshole in your life, and I'm going to actually help you grow, because everyone else is just going to like say stuff, but you're not actually going to get that hands-on work. And so if you can find that love and that compassion for that person who really pushed you beyond your comprehension and into the next phase, into this new level, into this strength, like there's some love there for them. So that's for someone saying like, you do care, because like, thank you, you helped me. Yeah, just like that. So yeah, set your heart free, move with an open mind. The past and being stuck in here isn't allowing the flow to go. So anything else you want to focus on, Spirit? They showed this card, and this card was sitting and like shining down on here, and then it hit this one, and it just was like a cool effect the way it landed on the TV art table. And so what is this? Divine will. You got to let go of fear and set your heart free. They just keep showing me the scene, because I like my Care Bears, in the Care Bear movie that I used to watch growing up, when it was like Alice in Wonderland themed, and they trap her. Well, there was another girl. She wasn't really the princess. She just looked like her. But they trap her, and then she was stuck up with the Jabberwocky. No, that one was the real princess. The real princess was set up with the Jabberwocky, and that's what they keep showing me. It's just this floating cage up, kind of being trapped with, like, you know, Jack and the Beanstalk. Like, it's all those stories, right? You're just trapped. And then it's saying you really need some courage, because there is someone that I do see, things seem big outside of you. And when it comes to setting your heart free, your heart has wishes and all these things. And it seems like these things outside of you are so ginormous and whatever, but the path is straight. right? Because when I see this cage, I see the bars are far apart just enough that like you're almost like a tiny like mouse. You're just like doo 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 doo. Like that cage doesn't actually hold you, but it's the fear that keeps you held. And maybe something happened in the past and well, you got caught, right? End up in the cage. You don't want that to happen again. So that's what keeps you trapped. That's what you have to free yourself from. The heart knows the way. The mind needs to listen and just observe, and then you'll be pulled to your divine will, your spiritual evolution. You'll be in the flow, move with an open mind, right? Step into your sacred divinity, and then having more partnerships and relationships in your life that fill your cup up. So we're going to leave it there. I hope everyone has a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.